Hi everybody, this is the practice module for indices. So here are some questions which you can try on your own and then you can verify with my further working. So you can pause this video and try now. Hope you finished trying these questions. So you may check your answers now. So the first question was z to the power 550 times z to the power 50 equals to gonna be z to the power 100 because power is gonna get added because you're multiplying the same base. Here w to the power 4 or w to the power negative 2. If you're dividing the numbers of the same base, power gets subtracted. So you can clearly see 4 minus of minus 2 is gonna be 6. W to the power negative 3 times w to the power negative 2 can be written as w to the power negative 3 plus negative 2 because you're multiplying the numbers of the same base, power get added. Even though they are negative, don't worry about them. Remember the properties that you have a to the power m times a to the power n is going to be a to the power m plus n, whether they're positive or negative. So that's going to be w to the power negative 5. And if you want to simplify this more, it can be written as 1 upon w to the power 5. Okay. Now, if you have k to the power half to the power 6, this can be written as k to the power half times 6 because if you remember the property that we have out here, x to the power a to the power b can be written as x to the power ab. So what you do is you multiply the properties per power. So half into 6 is going to be 3. Same goes out here, x to the power negative 3 raised to negative 2. So you multiply both the powers. X to the power a to the power b is going to be x to the power a times b, which is x to the power 6. Now this one, 4y to the power 5. Now this 2 belongs to this as well as to this. So 4 squared times y to the power 5 squared, which is going to be y to the power 10. Okay, now this is going to be 16 to the power 16y to the power 10. Now 2a the whole cube can be written as 2 cube times a cube, which is 2 cube is 8 times a cube, which is 8 times a cube. Now 8a times 4a cube. 80 times 4a cube is going to be 8 4s are 32, and 8 times a cube is going to be a to the power 4 because here the power is 1. Alright, now 5y cube over 2 times y raised to negative 2. What I can do is, if you notice, I can simply take y as, I can divide 5 over 2, and you can do y cubed divided by y to the power negative 2. So 5 upon 2 I'm writing as it is, and if you're dividing the numbers with the same base, power gets subtracted. So 3 minus of minus 2 is going to be y to the power 5. So your final answer is going to be 5 by 2 y to the power 5. Here, 4x to the power 3 by 2 divided by 2x to the power half. It's going to be 4 over 2, which is 2x to the power, subtract the power. So 3 by 2 minus half is going to be 2 by 2, which is going to be 2x. You can now try the next set, practice set. So please pause the video before you look at the solution. I'm going to show you the question now. So here's the next practice set. So in case if you want to kind of solve these questions, now you can pause the video and try doing them, and later on you can verify the answers. Alright, so hope you finished trying the questions. Now here are the answers for you. You can check each of the answers. So the first one was 3x to the power negative 1 to the power 2 divided by 6x to the power negative 3. So what I'm doing is 3x to the power negative 1 to the power 2 divided by 6x to the power negative 3. So this power 2 belongs to both. So 3 square x to the power negative 2 because negative 1 and 2 multiplies to negative 2. So 3 square is 9 and 6 as it is, and x to the power negative 2 over x to the power negative 3. So if you divide the numbers with the same base, power gets subtracted. So you can see negative 2 is your m, negative 3 is your n. So negative 2 minus of minus negative 3. So negative 2 plus 3 is going to become 1. So that's why your answer is 3 over 2 times x. The next one is 4x to the power half divided by x to the power 3 by 2. So 4 to the power half, because this half belongs to both. So 4 to the power half times x to the power half upon x to the power 3 by 2. Now 4 to the power half is nothing but square root of 4. And x to the power half minus x to the power minus 3 by 2 is going to be the net answer. So that's going to be 2x to the power negative 1, because half minus 3 by 2 is negative 1, which is going to be 2 over x, because x to the power negative 1 can be written as 1 over x. Hope these two explanations are clear. In case if they're not clear, you can just check back the video and make sure that you understand the property. The third one is x square y square times xy the whole cube, xy the cube. So x squared times x is going to be x to the power 3, and y squared times y cube is going to be y to the power 5, because you're going to just add the powers. Here 4xy times 3x squared y is going to be 4 3s are 12 times x to the power 3 y to the power 2, because here we have y to the power 1 and here we have 1. Here we have 1, so 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. Now the next one is 10x to the power negative 1 y cubed times xy. So 10x to the power negative 1 x to the power positive 1 is going to be negative 1 plus 1 is going to be 0, and y cubed times y is going to be y to the power 4. So the overall answer is going to be 10 times x to the power 0 and y to the power of 4. So it's going to be 10 y to the power 4. Okay, now the next explanation is 3x squared times 1/9 of x squared to the power half. 3x to the power 2 is going to be 9x squared, 9 times x squared, and 1/9 to the power half is going to be 1/3 times x to the power 2 times 1 half, because this half belongs to both the numbers. 1/9 to the power half is square root of 1 on 9, which is 1/3, and x squared to the power half is going to be x to the power 2 times half, which is x to the power 1. Now 9 upon 3 x squared out here times x, so that's going to be 3 times x cubed, because power is going to get added. The next explanation is z cubed yx times x squared yz. So you can just add up the powers, so that's going to be z to the power 4 y squared times x cubed. The next one is 2x to the power negative 2 over 4x to the power 3. So this power belongs to both the numbers. That's going to be 2 to the power negative 2 x to the power negative 2 over 4x cubed. Now 2 to the power negative 2 can be written as 1 upon 2 square. So you can clearly see that I'm writing 2 to the power negative 2 as 1 upon 2 square, and divided by 4 means I can multiply by 1/4. That's fine. And x to the power negative 2 and x to the power negative 3, that's going to be x to the power negative 5. So we have 1 upon 16 x to the power negative 5, and if you bring x to the power negative 5 down in the denominator, it becomes positive. Alright, so that's final answer, 16x to the power 5. Now here are the some of the more challenging ones. So we have 3y to the power negative 1 over 9y squared to the power negative 1. So I'm just kind of doing is I'm splitting them, 3 to the power negative 1, y to the power negative 1, because this negative 1 belongs to both the numbers. Same goes out here. Now if you bring it down, it becomes positive 3, and if you bring 9 up, it becomes positive 9, because 9 to the power 1 and 3 to the power positive 1. So that's this answer. And if you're dividing the numbers with the same base, power gets subtracted. So negative half of negative 2, which is going to be positive 1. So 9 over 3 is 3y. xy to the power 0 times 9x to the power 3 by 2. xy to the power 0 is going to be 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. And 9x to the power 3 by 2 is going to be 1 times 9 to the power 3 by 2 times x to the power 3 by 2. Now if you look at 9 to the power 3 by 2, is nothing but square root of 9 to the power 3, which is square root of 9 is 3, and then 3 cube is going to be 27. So that's why 27 and x to the power 3 by 2. We have x squared y times 2xy times 5y cubed. So 2 5s are 10, x to the power 3 and y to the power 5, if you add up all the powers of y. Okay, so the next ones are 4x to the power half times 8x to the power 3 by 2. That's going to be 4 8s are 32, x to the power half plus 3 by 2. That's going to be 32x squared. Now the next one is 5x to the power negative 3 divided by 2x to the power negative 5. That's going to be 5 over 2. Number comes separately, and subtract the powers. That's going to be negative 3 negative or negative 5, which is going to be x to the power 2. A little challenging question out here. It's 3x to the power negative 1 raised to negative 2, and then again raised to negative 1. So what you're going to do is first you simplify inside. That's going to be 3 to the power negative 2 times x to the power 2 positive 2, because negative 1 and negative 2 multiplies to positive 1, positive 2, and then you raise to the power negative 1. Now again, if you do that, so if you raise to the power negative 1, now 3 to the power negative 2 times negative 1 is going to be 3 to the power positive 2, because power get multiplied, and here x squared to the power negative 2 you're going to get. So that's going to be 9 over x squared, because x to the power negative 2 you can bring it down. Alright, and the second last question is that 2a to the power negative 2 times a to the power 4. So that's going to be 2 to the power negative 2 times a to the power negative 2 times 8 times a to the power 4. Now 2 to the power negative 2 can be written as 1 over 4 times a to the power negative 2 times 8 times 4, which is going to simplify to 2a squared if you add up the powers and cancel this 4 out here. And the last one is abc squared to the power 3 is going to be a cube b cube c to the power 6. Hope this helped you understand the concepts. In case if you didn't understand, go back, repeat.